Hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. Bonus video Thursday. I think I'm enjoying doing extra videos now. I have so much content and I've gotten to a point now where I can crank them out pretty quickly. Hope you're enjoying. Let me know in the comments if you are. Don't if you're not. Thanks. And remember, if you haven't already, go to my Clemente video from I think Monday. I've got another 8 days on this for this giveaway. Need to be subscribed. So the Mickey Mantle that sold for $12.6 million last month stole all the headlines from the Heritage auction, as it should, of course, because that auction brought in the total of all the items that were in there sold for $39 million. The Mantle sold for 12.6 of those. So obviously a huge chunk of what was sold was that one card. But I was curious, what else went into that auction? What were the other $27 million roughly? And what I found was that there were actually 40 records broken in the sports card and memorabilia world. There were 2,800 bidders, 45 items, so 44 other items besides the Mantle. 45 items went for more than $100,000, so six-figure items. And I just pulled out some of the more interesting ones here. There was a game-used Babe Ruth bat that he autographed that he used between 1918 and 1922 that sold for $1.7 million. Pretty sick. Speaking of Babe Ruth, there was also PSA 9 1948 Leaf Babe that sold for over $500,000. There was also a 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle PSA 7.5 that sold for over $700,000. That broke a record for that grade, for that card. A 1979 Topps Wayne Gretzky PSA 10 sold for $1.2 million, which is a record for that card. Now, I was also curious, since that was a record for that card, what did his OPC rookie PSA 10 sell for? It sold last year for $3.75 million. And I believe they both have, or at the time of their sales, had a pop of 2. But of course, the Topps card has a higher likelihood of getting more PSA 10s because the OPC is a lot more rare. I don't do hockey. That's just my very rudimentary understanding of Topps versus OPC. An original photograph of Ty Cobb taken between 1910 and 1912 that was used for his 1914-15 Cracker Jack card sold for over $500,000. This was a record for any original sports photograph. 1970 Baltimore Colts Super Bowl ring sold for $300,000, a record for Super Bowl rings. 1961 Wilt Chamberlain Fleer card that he had autographed sold for $144,000. That's a record for Wilt autographs. That is a dream card right there. 1949 Bowman Satchel Paige PSA 9 sold for $228,000, a record for that card. These are all records of some sort. Now, this one I found one of the more interesting ones. 1959 Maramatsu Scoreboard Sadaharu O rookie card in a PSA 9 sold for $72,000. That's awesome. I love Sadaharu O. Of course, he is the Japanese home run king. Some people consider him the global home run king because he did hit more home runs than Hank Aaron, but depends on your perspective. 1982 Cosmos Hulk Hogan rookie card, PSA 10, sold for $52,000. Now, I'm not a wrestling guy. I know in the collection that I bought last year, there were a lot of wrestling cards, and I sold a bunch of them. I must have made half of the amount of money I made off that collection just from wrestling cards because I'm not interested in them. So I just sold all of them. I think I made like $75 just off of a Andre the Giant card. And these were Topps. I think they were like 87 Topps maybe. So they were hot on eBay at the time and in a junk wax group I'm in. So I just posted them and boom, they sold immediately. Unopened packs I sold for several $100s. Yeah, wrestling's hot. But I guess the point of my video here is that not only wrestling is hot, vintage. Think about all these all these records that are being made. And I'm seeing a lot all over Twitter and Instagram about modern cards getting sold 1 year after their record for half the price that they were sold a year ago. And all these modern cards values are plummeting. Even the hottest guys like Luka Doncic, his cards values for those rare one-of-ones that sold a year ago are now down quite a lot of money. Not because Luka's bad or that he's less popular in the hobby. It's just because modern cards are becoming less and less, not popular, but I think people are realizing that they're not as rare as they thought. Like with my example of Trevor Lawrence, one-of-one rookie cards, there are over 1,000 of them, or over 1,000 unique. I don't remember what the number was. It's crazy. Modern cards just aren't as rare as people want to believe. Based on this auction, with 45 items selling for over $100,000, and a lot of these, most of these items are vintage. Vintage, I'm bullish on vintage cards. Even right now, they're not down. They're flat. They're not, and even slightly up in value. And I don't pay a whole lot of attention to value. I do enjoy it though. I like thinking about my collection, even though I'm not selling these cards, and not all of these are vintage, of course, but I just like thinking that these older cards are becoming more popular over time and continue to hold their popularity while modern goes down. And I don't want modern cards to go down. I want the market, I want more and more people to collect. I think that's better for the hobby, even though it makes cards more expensive for me, and I'm a collector, not a seller. I want more and more people to enter the hobby and stay in the hobby. Anyway, that's all. If you're new here, click that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Doing a lot of baseball card industry stories, big epic attic find stories. I love those things. I have one coming out hopefully tomorrow about a collector who passed away and left his family a $20 million collection, which this is the kinds of things that I really enjoy, and I think you guys do too. And don't forget, I'm going to the card show in Portland, Maine on Sunday. I'll have a video about that Sunday evening. A lot of other stuff fun like that. Hopefully going to a couple of card shops soon. So yeah, I think you'll enjoy if you subscribe. Thanks for watching.